A lot in Edmond are thinking about safety. KOCO's Megan Mosley joining us live. Megan, you sat in on a town hall meeting today.
Yeah, guys, and there were a handful of residents that came out to talk about the Arcadia mass shooting, and council members that were there, they were thankful to be able to listen to those residents, but they say it's not much they can do right now because it's an ongoing investigation.
Can you guarantee the safety of you and your family at the lake? Thought about that. I don't know how to guarantee that anywhere. I mean, that's almost a question that there is no response to, is there?
The monthly Edmond Matters Town Hall meeting is for citizens to voice their concerns. Today's topic of discussion, the Lake Arcadia mass shooting that left one person dead and 22 others injured.
I recently moved to Edmond, and one of the reasons why is because our crime rate is so low, and safety is a #1 concern for me and potentially raising a family here.
My concern was that because we do a lot of things at the lake. We camp. My kids, I got kids come out and camp, and then we rent the pavilions and stuff. And so I didn't know if there were some rule changes. I was here to find out the do's and the don'ts.
And I think concerns and people's questions are, I mean, certainly we want to validate that the city is safe. We believe it is.
Some residents brought their own ideas on how to improve.
If we have a software system that can monitor social media and flag potential parties or dangerous activity that may be happening in our city or county, if it exists, why we don't have it, and how we can potentially get involved in having that software.
I don't know that any software is going to be perfect. I don't know that many people were aware until after the fact. So hindsight's always 100%, isn't it?
Others just wanted to stay informed.
I made it my business not to come and find out the changes, if there's any changes, what's safe, because my children are important to me. What safety mechanisms are set up now for the children?
But council members didn't have many answers to their questions, so what improvements would they want to see?
I think it's still pretty early to answer that right now. I think there's a lot of things we need to look into what happened and the details of what happened, and we don't have all that information yet.
I think access is obviously the biggest one, and I don't at this point have exact responses of how to control and who controls and all those kind of things, but that I think is the biggest thing to look at, and I think you'll see some things come out of all of this about access.
And tomorrow, the Arcadia Lake Commission will meet at 4 o'clock in a special meeting where they're expected to talk about that mass shooting. Reporting live in Edmond, Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.